Hey Vault Dwellers, JV here sharing my unique weapon guide for General CHAO'S Revenge. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout videos just like this. Now I'm sure a lot of you are probably shocked, you're probably scratching, rubbing at your eyes like, am I seeing things right? Is this really happening? And all I can say is that I'm genuinely enjoying Fallout again. There's a lot of unique weapons that I haven't covered yet, even stretching back to November 2015. So I'm going back through the game and I'm making some guides. This is the first one. If you guys have any video ideas or requests beyond these unique weapons, please share in the comments section below. General CHAO'S Revenge can be found at Drumlin Diner. It's one of the first locations you'll find after leaving the vault. It's southeast of Sanctuary and Concord before you hit Lexington. This is one of those classic encounters that I've probably seen a billion times, but you have to buy it from Trudy. And Trudy and her son Patrick run Drumlin Diner, but when you walk up, they're being shaken down for caps by a guy named Wolfgang and his bodyguard Simone. Now normally I would suggest a quick and easy way of killing Trudy and looting General CHAO'S so you get it for free, but that's not how this quest works. You have to ensure that Trudy lives through the course of Order Up so you can buy it from her because she doesn't just drop it. Now you can resolve this quest in a number of ways, particularly if you have charisma. You can intimidate Wolfgang to even leave, just back off and leave Trudy and Patrick alone, or you could turn around and convince Trudy to go ahead and pay Wolfgang for all of the jet that he sold to Patrick. However, you'll need 8 charisma, and so unless you're grabbing this after a playthrough or you've really focused on charisma for your character build in the first few hours of the game, then you're not going to be able to hit these charisma checks. So the quick and easy best way to do this is to support Trudy and go ahead and kill Wolfgang for 100 caps. There is a remote possibility that Wolfgang and Simone are already attacking Trudy by the time that you get there. All you have to do is make sure that she lives. And of course, if she doesn't, if it's impossible with your save and that remote possibility, just load back and then make sure to support Trudy. However you decide to resolve this conflict, talk to Trudy afterwards and barter with her. And there's General CHAO'S Revenge right there. So with this 1 charisma, 0 experience, no Tales of a Junktown Vendor or cap collector character that I'm on, General CHAO'S costs around 2,600 caps, which is very expensive, again, if you're grabbing this in the early game as a melee character. So I'd suggest going on some scavenging runs, do any manner of quests that get you a lot of caps, so you can afford this. Taking a closer look at General CHAO'S Revenge, this is a unique Chinese officer's sword. So the base damage value for that is 26, but of course that changes based on your strength value and also based on your big leagues perks. So if you've got that maxed out, you're able to effectively double the damage of this weapon and all melee weapons. The unique modifier once again is troubleshooters. That adds 50% more damage when you're using this against robots, which makes it so potent, so powerful against that specific type of enemy. It also comes with the serrated blade attachment, which adds a bleed effect and increases its damage. It's really nice that they give you that right off the bat. It gives it more value outside of just being good against robots. But if you want to take this a step further, once you have rank 3 blacksmith and rank 1 science, you can do the electrified serrated blade mod, which adds electrical damage on top of the bleeding effect and the exceptional damage bonus. We don't have a ton of modding options, but that's usually the case with melee weapons across the board. I won't lie here and tell you that General CHAO'S is 100% worth your time for a melee character, but I do think it's a nice tool to have in your repertoire. It's something that you can always pull out. It doesn't weigh a ton. And if you come across a robot, any kind of robot, you can grab it, you can use it, and it'll be good. The obvious application and what you're seeing on the screen right now is to use this thing in Automatron for your melee character. If you're going through playing the game again and you need something that'll help you take out these robots, I distinctly remember these guys being pretty tough right at level 15. I mean, if you're going around the wasteland and you've started this and you come across those massive groups of robots, it's easy to get overwhelmed by them. Especially towards the end of Automatron, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the final room is a bit ridiculous in terms of how powerful the robots can be. So having something with troubleshooters on it is a good idea. Now, the obvious thing here is that you will have much better options as a melee character that work across the board for every type of enemy. This is a very situational melee weapon, which is why I said earlier, it's a great tool to have, but this is not your go-to. This is not what you're having equipped on your character at all times. I know I'm contradicting myself here, but you could say that this has some pretty good early game value simply because it comes with a serrated blade attached. It doesn't require you to have that perk. That mod is already on there, and that adds a bleed effect. So even if you're gonna use General CHAO'S on raiders, for example, it's gonna be great. That bleed is gonna help you big time. And even taking this further, you're not going to get Pikmin's Blade or Krem's Tooth, two of the most strong, most used, I would say, melee weapons in vanilla Fallout 4, until a certain point in your playthrough. And I think you could argue that General CHAO'S is going to be before that and well before that. So you could get 5 to 10 levels of really good use out of General CHAO'S. Of course, if it makes sense, if it's feasible for the cost. And then once you get that go-to general use melee weapon, you still got it for situational stuff like Automatron. Closing thoughts on General CHAO'S, I think it's a good, not great, unique weapon. And if you're playing a melee character and you just love collecting, it's an obvious choice. You should just grab this, super easy to get, and that's an underrated value for unique weapons in general. So that was my unique weapon guide for General CHAO'S Revenge, the Chinese officer's sword. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about General CHAO'S? Is this worth your time to get? And also another reminder, let me know what you want to see. Genuinely, let me know what you want to see in terms of Fallout 4 related content. I think I'm still going to do some 76 stuff, but I may hold off outside of news and updates for Wastelanders until Wastelanders actually comes out. And that could be sooner than we think. We'll have to see on that. Whether you're new to the channel or you're returning because I'm uploading Fallout stuff again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss another video. Check the links in the description to my social media and to join my community Discord server. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.